Standard 9th, Subject Geography, Lesson number 4, Exogenetic Processes, Part 2. The erosional work of glaciers produces landforms like cirques, erites, horns, U-shaped valleys, hanging valleys, and roches mountainese or sheepbacks. Cirque is a semicircle-like valley formed due to glacial erosion. Arete or arete is a long, sharp piece of high land at the top of the mountains. Roche montagneuse is a small, bare outcrop of rock shaped by glacial erosion. In this, one side is smooth and gently sloping, whereas the other side is steep, rough, and irregular. It is also called as sheepback. Now, going ahead with the transportation and deposition by glaciers. The glaciers carry sediments with them. These sediments are called moraines. Depending on the location of the deposits, moraines can be divided into 4 types: ground moraines, lateral moraines, medieval moraines, and terminal moraines. If we see figure 4.2, they have explained to us the depositional work of glacier produces landforms like drumlins and eskers. Now in this figure, they have showed us moraines. The flow of the river is shown from the right hand side towards the left. When 2 branches of the river are meeting, they are called as lateral moraine. The point where they meet, the area where they meet, is called medial moraine. And when it moves ahead, when both of them have actually met and have got converted into a river, that is called as terminal moraine. We can also see the glacier bed. In the pictures here, we also have the cirques and horn of the mountain, the glacier, the U-shaped valley, lateral and medial moraines, drumlins have been shown, roche mountainese have been shown, hanging valley, and eskers. The depositional work of glacier produces such landforms like drumlins and eskers. Drumlin is a very small hill formed by the movement of large ice or a glacier. Esker is a long line of small stones and earth that has been left by a large mass of ice that has melted, the glacier. If we talk about the work of the wind and the landforms produced, we have learnt earlier that the movement of air is called wind. Air is present everywhere, but when air moves from one place to the other, it is called as wind. Wind is a gaseous agent of erosion. It is in the gaseous form, but it results in erosion. The erosional, transportational, and depositional work of wind is more prominent, is more seen in deserts and semi-arid regions, semi-dry regions. As mechanical weathering occurs on a large scale here, powdered rock and sand spreads over a large area. The effect of erosion because of wind is not confined, is not limited to a small area. It happens over a large area because there is hardly any obstacle in the transportational work of the wind. This is the main reason why it happens over a large area. Sand particles also get transported along with the wind, and they are carried over longer distances and get deposited where the speed of the wind reduces. When the wind comes in strong force, the sand particles start getting moved from one place to the other, and they get deposited as soon as the strength of the wind reduces. In this way, the wind does the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. Now, the erosional work of the wind. Wind carries small sand particles, small pebbles, that is small stones, etc. along with it. These particles cause erosion along rocks coming in the way due to friction. Water was causing erosion because of the contraction and expansion. Here wind is causing erosion because of friction. This leads to formation of mushroom rocks, the example of which can be seen in the figure on the right hand side. Deflation hollows and yardangs, etc. Dune deflation means the areas where wind has removed sand down to a level where a layer of particles too heavy for the wind to move get exposed. The huge sand dunes, the high small mountains of dunes, they have been removed from there, and the wind has taken away the sand and brought it down to a level where the sand no more can be removed. This is known as deflation hollows. Mushroom rocks we have already seen in the picture, rocks which look like mushrooms, and yardangs, as we have been shown in the picture, they are sharp, irregular ridges of sand lying in the direction in which the wind is blowing. They get exposed in the desert regions, and this is the effect of wind erosion. Depositional work of winds. Now when the erosion has taken place, that when the transportation has taken place, where do the winds deposit the sediments? Sand particles that blow with the wind are of different shapes and sizes. Those particles which are very fine, which are very small, are carried over larger distances, whereas the larger ones, the particles which are larger, they get transported only to shorter distances. These sand particles get deposited in deserts and semi-dry climates. As a result, specific landforms are formed. Which are the landforms? They are sand dunes, barkhans, which are a crescent-shaped shifting sand dunes. As they are found in the deserts of Turkestan, they are very common there. Saifs, which are sand dunes in the form of long, narrow ridges. We can see in the picture that they have shown on page number 35, the top one. Barkhan have been shown as sand dunes on page number 34, the second picture. Yardangs have been shown on the second picture on page number 35. Ripple marks, which are marks in the form of waves, shown in the picture, the bottommost picture on page number 34. Loess plains, which are sedimentary deposits because of the wind, they are yellowish brown in color, etc. All these are landforms which are formed by wind deposition. After knowing the effects of the wind, we will now talk about the work of sea waves and the landforms. In coastal areas which are near the coast, the seashore, sea waves carry out erosional, depositional and transportational work. Winds and tides cause the movements of seawater, and as a result, waves come to the coast.